prana, spanda and swar yoga. At this juncture, we should also get acquainted with one more fascinating concept related to prana and its functioning through nadis. It is a concept of spanda or the pulsating rhythm which appears in the function of prana and chitta. This concept says that there is a constant oscillation or movement in the physical and mental functions in between the two polarities of the range of action, and when this movement gets disturbed, distorted, agitated or thwarted, it portends the trouble for the whole body-mind complex. This concept further states that this pulsating, rhythmic oscillations in the mind-body complex is intimately linked with the similar pulsating, rhythmic oscillations in the environment. This synchrony between the inner and the outer space is the main concern of what is known as Swara Yoga. It is really a great credit to keen and incisive observations of ancient yogis, who not only studied these fluctuations in the functioning of the mind-body complex or how they are influenced by the changes in the environment, but also used this knowledge just as the great navigator who uses his knowledge of tide and storms linked with the wind and seasons, and navigates the ship in his charge through even the uncharted seas without floundering, and reaches the destination with bold confidence. It is really astonishing that these great yogis realized on the basis of their observations and experiences alone, that the human body-mind complex is most vulnerable at certain times, or more receptive at the others, and certain practices done at specific times give better results. They observed that the airflow in the right and left nostrils is very rarely equal, one nostril remaining slightly more congested, allowing the air to flow through the other nostril more freely. They also observed that this partial obstruction to the airflow changes every 90 to 120 minutes, with a shift from right to left and from the left to the right nostril in a regular rhythmic way. This oscillation in the nasal airflow pattern was observed to be linked with the environmental changes on the one hand and was found to have concomitant relationship with the physical, physiological and psychological changes taking place in the mind-body complex, on the other. They observed that usually at the time of Sunrise, in the first 3 days of Shukla Paksh I after new moon, the left nostril or lunar side will be more dominant, followed by the right nostril or the solar side on the next 3 days. Similarly, in the first 3 days of Krishna Paksh I after full moon, the right nostril will be more open, followed by the left nostril for the next 3 days. Additional to the effect of phase of the moon, the zodiac signs through which the sun rises is also supposed to have the effect on the flow of the air in any given nostril. They also observed that when the right nostril is more active, the Pingal Nadi and all the psychophysiological functions governed by it become more dominant. In this state, the individual finds it more easy to indulge in extrovert active actions involving exerting exercises, eating of food, study of physical, mechanical or technical aspects of sciences, writing, sexual intercourse, etc. On the other hand, when the left nostril is more active, Ida Nadi and all the functions governed by it becomes more predominant. In this state, the individual finds it easy to indulge in introverting passive actions involving upsan, tapasya, gathering of food, consuming invigorating tonics, beginning the studies, appreciating the performing arts and performance of yogic practices, etc. When this shift from the right to the left and left to the right goes on smoothly and with regular rhythm, the overall functioning of the human being remains in the balanced state. But when this rhythm gets disturbed and only one nostril, either the right or the left one, remains dominant all throughout, it contributes in and also represents the totally disturbed functioning of the mind-body complex. To set it right and to bring the internal oscillations back in tune with the external environmental rhythmic changes become an important concern of Swara Yoga, and obviously this forms a very important concern of the pranayama too.